Welcome to another edition of Diary of a Wannabe Comedian with me, Belfin, a wannabe comedian. Creatively speaking, it's been a game of two halves since Monday's edition. So I've had two evenings out. One was really, really good, and the other one not so much. So let's start with the one not so much. That was last night. I did a gig in central London. I was really chuffed actually because it's a really great venue right in the middle of London. And I just thought, yeah, this is going to be good. But it's really odd. When I went into the room, it was upstairs in a pub. It was the Queen's Head. When I went into the room, I just immediately wasn't feeling it. Very odd. And I think that definitely impacted the way I performed. But it was a tough crowd. It was a tough crowd. I was on second in the first, and I was after the MC's mate. To be honest, most of the acts seemed to be the MC's mate. But it was a very, how should we put this? It was a very misogynistic night, and there was a lot of white hate. Well, maybe that's a bit strong. White distaste. I think that's fair to say. In fact, one of the comedians combined the two and called white women pigs, which, you know, like I say, I'm always going to defend a comedian's right to tell a joke, but they do need to be funny, and it just wasn't funny. Even though I am a white woman, it just was not funny. And also another comedian, the penultimate comedian, basically asked the guy next to me if he was here with his mother. Are you talking about me? So I was quite offended, really, because it was just completely unnecessary. I mean, I have no issue with people making jokes about me being slightly older than the average person in these open mics, but it was done in a bad way. It wasn't done in a good way. So all in all, not great. And Dan was my bringer, and I think he came to a similar verdict to me. Not a night for him when he gets back into the comedy, which assures me he's going to start in the new year. So that was last night. What was good, however, was Tuesday, which was the City Lit Film Festival. And there were three halves, 3/3. I was last. I was the headliner, and she said that she put me on last because it seemed appropriate, because it was obviously about going home drunk. And I was just so humbled with the response of the crowd. I mean, they were falling about laughing with this is my animation that I did, Aliens and Alcoholics. They were absolutely falling about laughing. I will put the link of this, because it's on YouTube. I'll put the link in the notes of this show. But it was amazing, first of all, to see it on a massive screen, you know, cinema size screen. That was fabulous. And then people were just laughing from the start. It's like, hang on, we haven't even got to the punchline yet, you know, because I like to put punchlines in my animations just as I do in my comedy. But I came out of there feeling, yeah, I'm on the right track. Making people laugh is what I want to do, one way or another. I mean, I was equally excited by the response that I got just to my animation as I am when I do a good gig. Yeah, totally blown away. I can't get over it. I was with Mum and Matt, and they were both, I saw that both their faces were a little bit surprised by everybody's reaction. And I went up afterwards to see John Horrobin, who is the tutor that I did the online After Effects course last year, because it was actually the skills that he gave me in that online course. And as you know, I didn't quite finish it for various reasons, but I did enough with him to be able to produce that Aliens and Alcoholics. So it was as a result of what he gave me. So I went up and told him that, and he gave me the biggest hug. Such a sweet guy. And it was good to see him in real life, because obviously I'd only seen him online. And I'm looking forward to working with him from October, because he is one of the tutors on the course that I'm doing. So all in all, I think it was a great week for learning and laughter on one of the days at least. Actually, I've got to be fair to the gig last night. There were quite a few people came up to me afterwards and said, you did well. I can't work out whether that was sympathy because, you know, that revolting penultimate act and basically called me an old fart. But I thought, I'll take that. Thank you very much. And they were women, which was really good to see. Women supporting women. We need more of that. Probably because they picked up on the misogyny vibes as well. I don't know whether it's a coincidence, but Barbie definitely seems to have stoked up the men. In this country, at least. Just listen to Piers Morgan. Much love and gratitude.